As David mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about something specific in a specialty niche within the real estate lending universe. So we're going to talk about construction lending and specifically about multifamily and industrial construction lending. But before we do that, I don't know how to, this way. Let's talk some finance theory, right? There's nothing better after a break than finance theory. I knew that when I did the presentation here. So this is the efficient frontier. Most of you are familiar with the efficient frontier, but describing the efficient frontier to people can be challenging. So I did what any smart person would do. I Googled the efficient frontier, and I was surprised by two things. First, 75 million results for the efficient frontier. Think about that. As a means of comparison, I Googled Oktoberfest. 75 million results for Oktoberfest. Now, the fact that there's the same number of people Googling Oktoberfest in the efficient frontier is wrong. It's just wrong, right? The second surprise was how good the definition was. It is a good definition if you go to Google. And it's basically you as an investment manager want to be on that line, right? You want to get paid for the risk you are taking. It's really that simple. You know, I spent 4 years of finance classes, and it's really that simple. I should have just Googled then. You don't want to be below the line. That's it. So when we think about the commercial real estate debt world, I broke it into three sectors, basically. What I've got is the low risk, low return part of the spectrum, and that's banks and insurance companies. The middle part, that's where I live. The alternative lending universe, you've heard a lot about that. I'm not going to describe it. Hard money lenders, I don't know how familiar that terminology is in Germany, but that's basically who you go to when no one else will make you a loan. It's going to cost you, but you're going to get a loan. And the important thing to note is there's no one good part of this sector. All three are good as long as you're on the line. As long as you're getting paid for the risk, no one sector is better than the next. So what do lenders think? When we think about this risk, how do we think about risk? Well, the conventional thought is stabilized assets are going to be the lowest risk and lowest return. The world I live in, bridge, there's some level of transition. Those are going to be riskier, but you're going to get paid a little more. And then the riskiest assets, construction lending, because at the end of the day, you don't have a building, right? You got to build the building, you got to lease the building, and then you got to sell the building. These are the risks. So this is not very controversial, but we at CrossHarbor believe it's wrong. And the reason we think it's wrong is this. Not all construction lending is the same. Doing a construction loan on a hotel is much different than doing a construction loan on a logistics building. One is a really good idea, one is a really bad idea. You can tell which one we think is the bad idea because it's below and in red. By the way, I'm colorblind, so I'm hoping that's red. That's a bad idea. But we at CrossHarbor